Hello.
All right. I'm gonna wait till everyone gets on the phone first, and then I'm gonna send to Joe Ryan because he probably wait.
All right. Good morning, everybody. We got a big guest coming on. I'll probably do the re-intros. What's everyone got here? Christian, you here, man?
Yeah, I'm here.
I just sent it to him, guys. We got a very special guest for you guys. He's an award-winning artist. He was on Cartoon Network for Teen Titans Go. He also read a couple of things for BET. He's a producer and a loving father as well. Joe Ryan.
Shout out Joe Ryan.
Shout out.
He just released an album called 3. You guys can go and listen to that on Apple.
Oh, I get it, Christian. I understand.
Oh yeah, we got a great episode planned today. Once he gets on board, we got a lot of things coming on. So we hope everyone goes well. Everyone sit tight. This may be a little longer episode, but better content.
Way better.
Yeah, man. I was just humming that mess the other day, man. She might ride or die.
Oh yeah. Hey, is that Joe? Hey. What's up, Joe?
Joe Ryan?
Yo, what's up, man? What's cracking?
Hey,
what's going on?
Man, what's good? Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, man, I can't complain. How y'all doing?
Good.
We're doing pretty good.
Same thing here, man.
Welcome to Acquired Taste, bro. This is where we talk about just fun things, cool things. We keep it low key. And low key, we've been watching your music, man. Everything Joe Ryan's been in my head all day, bro. So, how's your day going, man?
That's what's up, man. Day's going good, man. Every day that I'm alive, real talk is a blessing for real. So, as long as I'm still here, I'm good, bro.
Hey, man, I got one personal question from me, man. Who your dentist, my guy? Because your teeth look crazy nice.
Man, a lot of people ask me that. Honestly, I just make sure I brush my teeth with the 3D crest and make sure I use the complete mouthwash twice a day. Brush my teeth twice a day. Floss. I use of course regular floss, but then also the electronic joint. So,
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
So,
we got a great episode prepared. Jamari, lead us off with our first stuff, man.
Yeah, so originally we wanted to get you on here because we wanted to listen to your album live, but we actually already listened to the album ourselves. So we kind of just wanted to talk to you about how you came up with it, some certain songs on there. Oh, can you hear me?
Joe, you there?
Hello.
Yeah, we hear me. You there?
Yep, I'm here.
All right,
sorry about that. Yeah, we were just saying that originally we were going to listen to your album live on air, but since we already kind of listened to it, we just wanted to kind of talk to you about it more, interview you a little bit about how you made it, different songs that you made in the past, and just things like that.
Good. So to start this up, I see that you're a faith-based Christian artist. Has it always been like that for you, or did you just transfer to be that way? How did that develop?
Faith has always been a part of my life and a part of my upbringing. My dad was the pastor of our church, and my mom was the first lady. So faith was always in our faces and in our lives, and been a way that I operated. I wasn't always necessarily making music that reflected that. Like from my youth, my music was like super crazy at first and it's off the chain. But I like that though, because that's the real progression of progress, man. Like none of us are perfect, and even now that I center more of my music around faith, I'm still imperfect, man. So I just like to let people know that, I live my daily walk through my music. My music is just an expression of who I am. So sometimes it's about love, sometimes it's about faith or the lack thereof, or whatever the case may be. But faith will always be there, whether it's positive or negative.
Okay,
man.
I like that.
Very solid answer. I have a personal question myself. So what led you to make 3?
You say that again. You said what led me to make
your new album 3?
Oh, so yeah.
Oh, my bad.
All good, man. It's basically what led me to make it is just I'm always making music, man. Like, so I got records on top of records at all times, but it had been a while since it was 7 years since I had released like a project. Like, so 7 years ago I released 1879. That topped the charts in,
Shout out Ride or Die.
Japan. Yeah, shout out Ride or Die.
That song, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That put me on you. That was your best.
That
song,
was
bro.
one of my favorite songs.
That was a great time, man. 1879. I put that out at a time when at that time I was signed to the VP of A&R for Motown Records at that time, and I remember just like a bunch of people around me was like really trying to push me away from doing that album, because this was before the whole online only thing was cracking. But God gave me the foresight of like, yo, I can put out an online only project and really make it happen. And it was just dope that I could put out something that kind of resonated with my journey. So 1879.
Joe,
Joe, are you there?
Hello?
You there, Joe?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you might cut off. Yeah, go ahead, man. The last part we kind of was you drove about 1879 or something like that.
Yeah, that's how many miles I drove. Yep, 1,879 miles. So, you know, that was like a piece of my journey. And so 7 years ago, I released that. Top charts in Japan, did this thing, went number 28.
In Japan?
Dang.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was a blessing. That was a blessing, and like, I wanted to wrap my journey always in my music is straight authentic. So when you listening to it, it's real talk of what I'm going through or have dealt with or what I want or whatever the case may be. So I wanted a title that resonated with, like, you know, anyone. So it can be used as an adjective. Mm-hmm. Like if I tell somebody to go get on their 1879, it's because we all got a certain amount of miles we got to travel, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever the case.
I like
so,
that.
Yeah, man, and it had been 7 years since I released that. 7 is the number of completion. You know,
Amen
the Lord
to
created everything in 7 days. So I was like, what a perfect time to just release some more music and, you know, get a world something dope.
Yeah, man.
Are you still signed to the same people that you were during that time period, or have you since separated from them, or are you kind of just doing your own thing now?
Because I heard, and to jump on that, because I heard in one of your songs, it was one of the singles you like just released this year about how a label owed you like $22K or something like that.
Yeah, in 2017, I signed to RCA Records, RCA Inspiration. So same label as Kirk Franklin, you know, all the gospel greats. Okay. And what happened was, you know, I get flown out to New York City. Dream come true, the whole nine. I'm sitting up there in the top floor of RCA Records, and it's 22 people around this crazy round table, and I'm overlooking the city of New York City, and I'm just feeling blessed, man. And they signed me, but a few weeks after that, they merged with Providence, so the headquarters moved from New York City down to Nashville. And that staff that signed me got fired.
Really?
I got caught in a merger and a crossfire of which is natural. At that time, I didn't really know because it was my first like record deal. So I got caught in that merger. Things started to shift. Of course, the new staff that comes in, you're not necessarily a priority because they didn't sign you. It's just business. You know what I'm saying? So I got caught in that crossfire, and you know, I really was upset about, you know, not getting the next half of my advance. So you know, I talk about, I'm never a person to shy away from telling the truth and talking about real things. So that's why I threw that in the record, so that they, you know, people know, like, when we go through things, it's one, therapeutic to talk about it and get it out, but also you never have to, just because you're in business with big business and this and that and the third, you don't have to shy away from keeping it real, man, because like the only person I fear, honestly, is God.
Got it. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
And you said how it's so big in Japan. You watch anime, bro?
I don't. I'm not an anime watcher, but one thing that really was dope for me was that even though in Japan English is not the first language, it was incredible to me that I released this record and it resonated with people so well. And even, you know, when I first released Ride or Die, at that time it was at number 5. John Legend's All of Me was at number 7. Blurred Lines, T.I. and Robin Thicke. So like my record was like really topping the charts and heavy hitting with some incredible records. So I just love the fact that even a place that doesn't speak English as a first language can resonate with what I was putting out, because melody is king. Authenticity is always going to rise above, you know, the fake.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you see this album doing particularly the same numbers like within Japan or like Korea or anything like that as well, or do you think it'll do more numbers here?
I don't know. That's up to whatever guy has planned, bro. Honestly, I don't pay attention to the numbers like I used to when I was coming up, because now, you know, I really got the understanding that, you know, the race is like the Bible says, the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but the one that endures to the end. So if we really talking about endurance, it can't be measured by metrics. It can only be measured by movement of like, as long as I'm moving forward and continuing to, you know, put my best material out, then that's success to me, and not always measuring the numbers. Because, man, people get so lost in the numbers today, and followers and likes and streams and all that stuff that has nothing to do with, are you impacting the culture, and are you being successful at what the goals you set to accomplish?
Nice. Okay.
That's great, actually. And I want to talk about something that kind of maybe bolster your career. You can give a little more insight. I seen you had like a song on Cartoon Network. How did that work? Like
for Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, how did all that work?
Yeah, so I'm a Telepictures composer. So what that means is for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been signed to them as a composer. So I do music for multiple shows, everything from Teen Titans Go, of course, on Cartoon Network. I do Ellen DeGeneres. I do the talk show The Real, pretty much all shows under the Warner umbrella. Like if you ever go to California and you drive down Burbank and you see, you know, the WB studios, I make music for that, you know, that under that umbrella. So any of those shows at any time, the editors can grab music for it. So just for that particular episode on Teen Titans, they wanted to use that song. I didn't even know, because I'm always just grinding and hustling. I didn't even know they had really chosen it for that until my daughter hit me, because she loves the show. Daddy, your song on TV, they stole your song. And I was like, no, baby, they didn't steal it. They paid me for that.
So it's like a kind of like a bucket of songs, and at any time they can choose it when they want to, right? Kind of like that.
Yeah, basically I do multiple albums for them per year, and then they decide where they want to best use those songs. And what that does is, one, it allows me to be a free creative and know that I'm always, you know, going to be able to turn in albums. And that also let me, like, that got my foot into the door and really let me understand the sync world. So now, instead of being physically on tour, I'm always on tour, because my music is moving on some type of TV show, but I don't have to physically be there. So I rock it like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to try to be away from the family and try to hustle and grind physically to try to get some fans and this and that and third, I'd rather get that dough up front and make sure it's still going to get placed and still have freedom of control over what I want to make, you know. So
you always have your hands on some type of bag, basically.
Okay.
Go ahead, James. Go ahead.
Well, this is more for me, and I'm kind of like into, you know, the faith, the Christian, you know, the gospel, stuff like that. That personally affects me, because that's really a huge piece and a part of my life. And I got a question for you. As someone who was in the music industry, was there a conflict? I would obviously think so, because with the current culture of music, what they normally talk about, you who's kind of like a pseudo R&B / rapper who's you know, music really shows the faith. Was there like some confliction? Do you ever have to make some tough choices? Do you get criticized? What's it like for a Christian to your degree in the music industry? I would love to hear your insight on that.
Yeah, man, it's always a battle because the nature in which the music business is designed is not designed on the basis of integrity, just to be honest.
Yeah.
And integrity is what we stand on and live by and are able to sharpen our faith with. So I'm always running into a situation where, I just have to check myself consistently and say, hey, is this in alignment with who I am and my faith? And is this something that's going to, amplify my faith in who I am, or is it going to amputate who I am and my faith? And then I kind of rock it like that. But the bonus of it, of being in realms where, just quite honestly, candidly, there's, a bunch of drugs, there's a bunch of sex, there's a bunch of things that are against the nature of what I believe we should be doing. That gives me more of an opportunity to reach the lost. And that's the main reason why Jesus came. So I actually celebrate the fact when I get around people who are not in alignment with what I believe, because there's an opportunity to show someone lost how they can be found. So it's like, if we really about that life the way we say we are, then we not just trying to always be around people who already saved because they already got it. I'm trying to be around the lost so I can show them life.
I like you, Joe. You for me. All right, you guys got it. I like you, Joe.
Are there any artists that you'd like to work with in the future that maybe you have your eyes on right now?
Hello,
Joe. Can you
hear us?
I'm here. Yep, I'm here.
Oh yeah. Are there any artists that you want to work with in the future? Hello?
We might be running some connection problems.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me, Joe, but Jamari asks, is there any artist in particular that you're looking forward to work with in the future?
That's a good question, man. I would say I would love to work with Tori Kelly at some point.
Okay.
Absolutely, because man, her voice. I like to work with artists who use their voices as instruments in a unique way, and I feel like when she sings, she has that instrumentation and the anointing over her voice that we could go anywhere. It could be an R&B record, or it could be, a gospel record, or whatever the case, but it's still going to be based in like a real respect for the craft. And then the other side of that is I would love to work with artists that sound like something that I've never heard before. So I'm always looking for like the next thing, rather than like a bucket list of a bunch of artists that have already done things. And for me, that kind of sharpens me, that keeps me on my toes. It keeps me inspired about moving forward in music, because at a certain point, after you reach so many goals, sometimes it's hard to get re-inspired and ignited like you were when you were green, when I never had a pub deal, or I never had a record deal, never had a sync placement, never had a check, sometimes it's really hard to go back to that energy. So I love to hear new artists who I've never heard before. And of course, my bucket list was always Michael Jackson, and unfortunately he passed away before we got to work, but years ago I was flown out to Vegas to write for the Jackson, so that kind of made it happen in a way.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez. Man, Joe Ryan, you've been all over the country, man.
How'd you, and I know we keep going back to your previous album, but how'd you get a feature with Lil Mama?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that crazy song, by the way. But how'd you get that to happen?
He might not have heard. Did you?
I think it might be I'm only able to hear one person, so if someone else is asking questions, it's totally silent when he or she is asking.
You probably only hear me. Okay, well, I'll probably just reiterate the question, assuming the rest of the people can hear it.
Yeah.
But, as for me, but he asked, how did you ever get that feature with Little Mama?
Oh, so during the time I was doing 1879, we were actually signed to the same management. So MC Light was managing her and me at the time.
Right.
And when I was cutting this record, like right after I produced it, I laid the hook and like all my parts and stuff. And then
and I guess that's just kind of how it happened. Okay. Now, as a rapper, I always ask, like, I'm like I like bars. I like some battle rap. I like some URL. I like some core bars. So, Joe, what do you think is the hardest bar you ever spat in your life?
wow,
That's a good question.
that's a good question.
I love some bars. I love the wordplay, the nastiness, the dumb face once you get
The
it.
nastiness.
What's the craziest bar you spit, Joe? The craziest one.
I would say, let me think for 20 seconds real quick. I would say,
I ain't gonna hold you. I'll let you know if it's trash me. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm be honest. Be honest.
For sure. Let me see.
It can be on the album. It can be something you wrote in the past. Anything.
I would say, actually, I'm gonna give you my favorite verse. How about that?
Okay.
All right, man. We'll accept that.
Oh, live? Okay.
So I would say my favorite bars that I ever wrote was from the pastor in the church to the thug on the street. Don't sleep, cause we all gonna sin on repeat. Ask for forgiveness so the Lord hit delete, cause he know I'm only human, so sometimes I get weak. Oh no, here I go, focus on being fresh. Should have studied for the test, now I'm fell into the flesh. Now I just see my girlfriend in the dress. Here we go, another text. Oh, now we having sex. I ain't bragging, I'm just saying what they all scared to say. Understand that I'm saying that I know it ain't okay. Every day I fall short like an air ball on the court. Get ashamed like a lame, then I start to build a fort. Covered in pride, supported by lies, but I'ma help you with yours by telling you mine. Cause my mistakes make me great like the lakes in my state. I will never keep it fake, so the real gon' relate.
Yay!
Hey, I like you said them lakes in the state. You from Flint, right? You from Flint, right?
No, you said
Flint,
fall
Michigan.
short like
Yes,
a
sir.
ball,
Yeah.
like an air ball in the court. Oh,
Man. James
All
Joe
right.
ain't got bars. I don't care what you say, man. He got bars.
Oh, I actually write too, Joe. You ready for a couple things I got going on?
Let's go.
No, man.
man.
No, I've been embarrassed myself, but
No,
yeah,
yeah,
my
no,
pen
you're right.
ain't
I was gonna gas you up, man.
I mean, Christian, you got bars, man. I heard you got a bar or two, man. You know, my boy Christian,
Man.
he's
I can't
actually
think of any
a
off the
writer.
top of my
too.
head, man. I have to go back and look at them.
No.
Oh, I have a question. What advice would you give an upcoming artist to start off in the music industry? Just some tips that you wish you had when you were first starting off.
Hello.
Okay, so Jamari was talking, so I'm assuming you hear Christian, right? You hear another person, or do you just hear me?
No, I just hear you, bro, and then it's like silent.
Well, that's awkward. Well, anyway, so Jamari was he was asking you a
That
question.
explains it, Christian.
What for upcoming artists, what advice would you give?
Because I was
Then.
talking, I was like, huh?
Great question. The main advice I would say is to focus on the why, so that you're not distracted by the when.
Okay.
And I say that because so many artists jump into this and they want to know, like, when am I gonna get a record deal? When am I gonna get that first situation? When this, and they forget that, like, the why is attached to that win. Like, the why is all about the purpose of, like, what is keeping you doing this, because that's what's going to sustain you in the moments where it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like it's going to work out. It doesn't feel like it's, something that's what you thought it would be. And it's many of those moments. So I would say really establish yourself and find out why you're doing this, and establish what success means to you before anyone else tells you what success is. This way, you won't ever be kind of swayed by, you know, people hit me up all the time like, Joe, man, I'm telling you, you should be this, you should be at this level, that level, this and that and the third. And I'm like, well, that's because that's what success means for you. But success for me was always, I want to pay my bills and live completely off music. I made that happen years ago, and that's what I'm still doing to this day. So I've already reached success, but other people got the smoke and mirrors and the fake understanding of what success means. So you have to determine what success is from the gate for you, establish why you're doing this, and then try to be as authentic as possible so that you are unique. If I'm sitting in a room with 1,000 artists, the way that I'm always the most unique is because I'm always being me. We can always out-rap each other, throw around doper melodies or lyrics or whatever, but nobody's going to out Joe Ryan III me in any way. So I'm always going to be unique. Your superpower is you telling the truth and being who you are instead of being who you think people want you to be.
You hear that, Christian?
Yeah, I hear, man. I hear. Okay, all right, yo. Yeah, you're definitely motivated. I'll tell you one thing. Talking to you this short time, I can tell you're definitely motivational. I know you inspired so many people to, break boundaries and to reach new heights. Not only through your music, but you as a guy, I get a general gist that you're a pretty cool dude. I get kicked back and get a couple drinks, not alcohol, but drinks. Good time and everything, man. But I know we don't want to hold you for too long. I know you agreed to only 30 minutes, and I know you got things to do. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Joe Ryan. Happy to be a part. I hope we be able to work together later. And I
know you can't hear us, but we really thank you for being on the podcast, me and Christian. I know you can't hear us right now. Can you relay that message, James?
Yes, I'll relay the message. Of course, you can't hear them, but all they're doing is saying thanks for being on the show. Thank you so much. It's great insight for someone, a Christian rapper of faith and who's consistent, right? That's real important, that if you are going to be something, you stay consistent and don't be hypocritical and, acknowledge that you're imperfect, but to keep doing what you're doing. And hopefully you have any new projects coming soon? Anything coming relatively soon? Or?
Good ending.
Right now I'm just in the studio cooking up. So I'll kind of, sprinkle it around as it comes. I never know when it's gonna come or what's gonna come out. So, I'm just led by the Spirit. Like, my creative process, before it became like a popular thing of like, oh no, I don't write nothing. I literally, for the past 10, 12 years, I don't write anything. 1879, none of it. Like, it all just comes. So like, I'm never kind of caught up in like what is or isn't happening to me. I let the music move through me, so I never know when it's coming. You know what I'm saying? I let God use me and just give my gift to Him, and I'm always open and ready when it comes. So, when it comes, I'll definitely let y'all know. I love what you said about, really staying focused and consistent, because that's another thing, just to circle.
You still there, Joe?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I'm saying I love when you said when you touched on consistency. I think that's something really important to be talking about right now, especially with the youth. And to kind of circle back to that other question, we are no longer in the era where it's just all about talent. Actually, consistency is more potent than talent in this current market. So that's why it's so important to know who you are, because if you know who you are, you can consistently be that, and then it won't be so much of a struggle and like so stressful to be like, all right, man, what I'm gonna post today? I gotta keep posting.
Yeah.
But the same way I get up and I brush my teeth every single day, it's the same
You do
way
a great job.
me.
You do a great
So
job.
like, I don't have to think about it and be like, oh man, what am I gonna put out today? I'm gonna just be me, and whoever loves that, they love it, and whoever does not love that, they don't. But it's still consistent, and no matter who I'm motivating or pushing to be inspired, or motivational speeches, or when I do keynote speeches, or I teach at the college, whatever I'm doing, I'm always trying to get people to know that don't look at me and see perfection. Like I have all of these things to say that kind of empower y'all, or make y'all think about something deeply, or whatever the case may be, because I've fallen down so many times, not because I have all the answers. And people look at me and they think it's maybe the swag or the clothes or the teeth or whatever it is. It's literally 100% the God living on the inside of me that intrigues y'all to make y'all be like, yo, dude is really dope. But I'm not. It's what's inside of me, and my spirit is God living through me. So when I speak a word of wisdom that resonates with you, or you hear something that you be like, yeah, I like that. It's not Joe Ryan III. It's the God in Joe Ryan III. I'm just the messenger, bro. So like, always know that no matter what, I'm imperfect, but the God in me is what's here to actually speak the message. And outside of music is not, like, my purpose here on this earth is to alert especially our young ones, like y'all. That's why I jumped in. I get so many DMs to do this, that, and the third. But when I saw y'all's, I jumped in because, one, it was an opportunity to connect with some young, black, hungry creators. Home's important to me. And the other side of that is, it's always an opportunity for me to connect with the youth, to let y'all know, look, yeah, of course you ain't got to be perfect. And of course God is here and Jesus is here to save your soul. But don't get it confused that we are living in the last days and his return is soon. And that's real talk. So make sure your heart and your spirit is right with the Lord, because when he come and bust that sky wide open, it's gonna be a lot of people looking crazy, but you don't have to, because we still got a chance right now. And don't go seek him just because I'm saying so, or because of what I'm saying to you. Go seek because you want to know for yourself, to know he's real. That's the only way you gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna like talk you into it. It's impossible. But once you feel him, it's impossible to not know he's real if you actually seek him, and then you feel and you experience him for yourself. Then you'll know he's real, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, I gotta tell other people. Because if I hit the lottery right now, I bet you, if any of one of us hit the lottery right now, we'd be calling up the homies like, yo, I just hit the lottery. So then how can I have been saved and come out of my ways and know that I'm going to have eternal life and peace and joy and all these things, and not be the same, even be more hyped than if I were to hit the lottery right now and tell people Jesus saves? It's important. So yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all, bro.
Shameless plug. I don't do this. I have a church, Saint City Church of God, and Joe, we will talk separately. Bump the podcast. I gotta let you come to my church. Same shameless plug. But other than that, this has been Acquired Taste. You know what it is. We bring the comedy, bring the laughter, bring the jokes. We bring everything we need, and we want to thank again Joe for making the sacrifice to be here with us. We got more coming. Hopefully, we'll have him back soon, sooner rather than later. And you know what it is. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.
For sure. Talk to y'all soon, bro. Anytime.
All right, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Peace.